Mika.
Wow. Thank you, IDR
Mika, it's nice to meet
Nick.
you again.
Yes!
Thank you again.
Ang
This is our
bilis,
second
no?
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super grateful. Actually, last time during the boards yung shinare ko, and I was with Jenna
Yes.
rin last year. Tapos ngayon
Yes.
after the boards. So guys, this is progress. Pero ang tanong ko, okay pa ba kayo? Kanina pa kami dito. I just wanna say na, guys, congratulations. Kasi whether you realize it or not, a few days from now, tapos na yung preparation niyo for the boards. So isn't that a great thing? So that's something that I want us to look forward to.
Welcome to Mindset Magic with Mika, your space for main character energy, identity shifts, and intentional living.
And that means na wala nang reviewers, wala nang all-nighters, wala nang pretension na hindi naman ako nagpapanik. 'Di ba? And ang daming familiar names here. Some of you were with me kanina, yung iba maybe last year, and some of you are new. But either way, I'm so grateful na you're all here with us today, along with these amazing licensed interior designers. Grabe, giving all the wisdom for the boards. And ito yung mga pinaka-tinatanong nyo, di ba? So, see, they gave all the answers very generously. And since this is my second time too, I'm excited to share something na I haven't thought about before. 'Di ba? Like, ano bang nangyayari kapag tapos na? And baka nga isa lang or dalawa lang ma-take away nyo after this event, but I'm sure na whatever that is what you need at that moment. So, guys, thank you for being here. Ang galing nyo. But, okay. May sasabihin ako sa inyo. 'Di ba feeling natin, parang dadali na siya kapag tapos na lahat, no? I'm sure other IDRs also here feel like, mas madali na yan kasi wala na akong re-reviewin. Maghihintay na lang, no? Mga 2 to 3 weeks na maghihintay. But, this talk na I'm about to give you, honestly, this is not for you. Okay? Huwag kayo umalis. This is not for you today. It's for you 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. So I want you to start just imagining, oo nga no, what if tapos na tong overwhelm na to, etong kaba na to, tong anxiety na to. And after everything na they gave, I'm so sure na there's gonna be something there that's gonna make the biggest impact in your exam. Basta nandito kayo and you're really taking it all in. And I know na the boards haven't happened yet. Ngayon, nagre-review pa kayo. Mika, paano ako magpupunta sa version na yon? Nagre-review pa ako, nag-aalala pa ako, I'm still preparing. But, what if this is gonna be for the version of you na naalala yung mistake na ginawa niya at 2 a.m. after the boards? Yung nagre-replay ng question, nag-check ng PRC every day. Well, ganyan kami doon kapag naghihintay. Yung mga mag-open ng group chat, tapos biglang i-regret kasi, oh my gosh, mali paling nasagot ko doon. Diba? And baka right now you're saying na, hindi naman ako magko-compare ng sagot. Sige, sabihin nyo ka sa amin 2 or 3 weeks from now. And I hope na when that happens, you will remember this talk. So, I want this to be lighter for all of us. Dahil tostado na tayo right now, no? Ganun yung state ko noon, mga 2 to 3 weeks. So, eto na. Who here thinks na after the boards, makakahinga ka na? Patingin nga. Lagay lang kayo ng kahit anong gusto niyo sa chat. 1, 2, 3. Sino nakakaisip no? Kasi ako, after my first take talaga, sabi ko, wow, thank you, Lord. And nag-second take. Sabi ko talaga, another waiting game. Parang di naman ako natuto ng first one. But, yeah, may work pa after, back to real life pa. Kasi hindi naman natapos yung buhay natin habang nag-review for the exam, di ba? No one talk about that. Na parang hindi naman pala required na i-pause mo yung buhay mo. Di ba, guys? Kasi after the boards, you'd be like, oo nga pala. May relationships ako dito, may responsibilities ako dito. It wasn't just the boards after all. So, the boards is just a part of life. Diba? So, just for a quick background, I'm a high achiever, graduated with Latin honors, but still had to retake, guys. So, imagine that. the expectation during the waiting game and the disappointment when I found out the first time na, oh, I didn't make it. Parang 1 month yun, wala at all. Di ako nag-check ng mga anything kasi lumabas yung results tapos it wasn't what I wanted. But even then, I decided on my second take na, what if this is something na they can get something from pala? So, in my mindset magic, eventually, I got to interview Jenna. She was my batchmate. And along with our other batchmates, na grabe ang galing talaga guys. Top-notchers, passers, everyone there. Grabe. Like the caliber that is shared here in groundwork, ganun rin yung vibe nila. IDR Glenn was here last year. So, grabe. And because of that, expert na rin ako sa pag-wait ng board exam results. Sabay ganon. And akala ko talaga, I would finally feel free after the boards. Pero instead, no one told me na it felt like a void. Alam mo yung emptiness na after the board exam, after the 3 days, after the months na you've been preparing for one big thing, biglang wala na. And pagbalik mo sa life mo, parang lahat on hold. So, ano na gagawin ko ngayon? Like, ganun talaga yung na-feel ko. And then I realized na the performance ends during the board exam. Pero yung uncertainty, kung papasa ka ba or hindi, nandun pa rin siya. And I honestly think na mas madalis na nagre-review na lang or nagpe-prepare. Kasi if anxious tayo, magbubukas ka na lang ng reviewer, magbabasa ka na lang ng anything na resources, manonood ng history movie, watch a lecture, study, just do something that gives you relief na, may ginagawa naman ako. Pero kapag waiting, 'di ba? Pag naghihintay ka, wala kang magagawa na parang you've done everything you can and now kailangan mo magstay, upuan, yung uncertainty na yon na sobrang bigat. Is this resonating with any of you? Like, grabe. Kasi when you're preparing, meron kang pwedeng gawin eh. Pero kapag naghihintay ka, parang feeling ko talaga noon, nakatali yung kamay ko, guys. Like, I've done everything I can, and ngayon, maghihintay na lang ako. So, I wanna ask, like, quick check. Anong mas mahirap sa inyo? Preparing or tingin nyo, waiting? 'Di ba? Like, visualize pa lang ngayon. And if we have retakers there, guys, it's our permission slip. And I say this, like for me, the harder part is really waiting. Kasi may space ka na for more overthinking about your future, 'di ba? And in that gap of time, parang this is the dialogue in my head. In my first and second take, did I do enough? Like, no matter how much reviewers na I've read, no matter how much practice I've done, is it enough? 'Di ba? So, hindi parang pumasa ba ako? It's really, hala, did I ruin my chances again? Did I ruin it on this part? Did I overthink again on my design concept? Did it take me 3 hours again to do that, to draft that? And it can become a downward spiral talaga. So, when this happens after the boards, I'm talking to the future you, I want you to stop trying to find your result inside the group chat, guys. Kasi yung future you, gusto niya ng certainty, 'di ba? Mapapatanong ka na, tama kaya yung sagot ko? Lalo yan after the board exam. Magko-compare yan ng sagot. Ito rin ba yung sinagot mo? A ba or B? Feeling ko kasi D eh. Ganon, di ba? Mari-experience nyo yan. And I understand kasi during my first take, lahat kami ginagawa yun. But the thing is, you have to stop trying to find your validation there. Kasi hindi ka naman naghahanap ng correct answer by that point especially after the daily boards. Day 1, day 2, day 3, mangyayari to. At the end of the day, you're gonna be looking for reassurance, for validation, and for control na, sabi nila tama yung sagot na to. So, baka pumasa ako. Pero diba, like magre-relay ka ba dun? And the problem there is, after one answer, after mo magtanong ng isa, magtatanong ka ulit, and then another, and then another, and then another, tapos magsa-search ka ulit, and then again, again, and again, and again, and again, for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And you don't wanna do that torture to yourself. Kasi yung anxiety na yun, it's what runs the whole show for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And minsan, mas malala pa nga yung overthinking natin kesa sa actual results, right? And I realized na I cannot calculate my future with incomplete information. Hindi porket sinabi nila na, tama yun, ito baka alanganin. I don't have complete information anyway, diba? So, instead of checking the group chat every day, instead of searching if my answer is correct every second or thinking about it every minute, sabi ko, what if, instead of waiting, diba? What if I just continue living my life? Diba? Way before the boards. And that changed me kasi when the exam is done, sinagot mo naman na lahat ng kaya mong isagot eh. And kahit i-replay mo siya, paulit-ulit in your head, hindi mo yun mababago. Like kahit ako, kahit mga ilang hours ko in-overthink yung design concept ko ng first take, di pa rin naman ako pumasa during, di ba? So, there's nothing that we could have done except like really did my best during the board exam itself. But now, this is the waiting period. And this changed my second take. Kasi if nung first take ko, I spiraled, I waited, I overthought, I attached everything to the result of the exam, I did it differently sa second take ko. Like, naisip ko talaga na, if I am already a licensed interior designer, would I be checking PRC results every minute? Diba? Parang hindi. Parang the future version of me wouldn't be doing that, and instead, she has a life where she gets to do all these interior design things. Diba? So I kept working, I kept improving, and I upgraded how I showed up for work. For context, during my second take, I have experience na of working. Kasi during the first take, I realized na I only know interior design in theory and I want enough application so that I can feel more confident in the board exam itself. And then during that time, yung period before the second take, I decided na yung buong working period ko, the first job I ever had for interior design, like junior associate, I took that 1 year ba or like 8 months as my review na. So automatically, yung mind ko, like especially for those who are working here, this would be a great advantage for you during the waiting game. Continue ka lang with your IDR stuff, with your interior design work. Kasi when you pass the exam, gano'n rin naman yung gagawin mo eh. Like kami, like even if you ask us licensed IDRs, that's also what we do. So, I would just be jumping to that version agad of myself that is already doing the things that I want to do as a licensed interior designer. So, I upgraded, and bakit ko pa hihintayin yung title before becoming the kind of interior designer that I want to be? Like maybe I can't take my own projects yet during that 2 to 3 weeks waiting period, but I can show up as a better designer in my workplace. Is this making sense? During the waiting game, sobrang tempting talaga na mag-overthink and to start spiraling. But the result does not create you at all. Like, kung tumigil ako nung first take ko, diba? Kasi feeling ko na, hindi ako pumasa, siguro hindi talaga ako magaling. That would be so mean to myself. It just reveals who you choose to become. So, during my first take and I failed, I just decided na, you know what? I'm not gonna take the board exam as an obligation. I will take it kasi gusto ko talaga maging interior designer. And when I started really internalizing that while reviewing for my second take, then that's the person na I choose to become. The version of me na interior designer. And that's really one of my biggest mistakes rin. Like during my first take, inattach ko yung self-worth ko to the exam. And for those high achievers here, that can be a tendency too. Like, siguro pag pumasa ako, enough na ako, magaling na ako. And if I fail, baka nga hindi talaga. But that's not true. Kasi the exam does not dictate our worth at all. It does not dictate your future. Okay? And it does not dictate anything about you. It just says, it is just data na, so kailangan ko pala improve to next time. And if you pass, does that automatically mean na magaling ka na interior designer? Interesting, right? No. But what did I feel then was, okay, so ready na ako maging professional. And isn't that much lighter than treating the boards as something na, oh my God, yung buong future ko dito nakadepende. That is so heavy for all of us to take on. And I say before and I say it again, na the boards is 80% psychology and 20% strategy. Kasi baliwala yung strategy mo if you don't have the strong enough psychology during the boards to take you through it. Kasi you really need also the resilience during the boards and the resilience during the waiting game. Meaning, no matter what happens from here on, I know that I did my best. And for this waiting game, I can choose to live my life and to trust na I did the best that I could. Pero someone asked me before na, pero ba't ganun, Mika? Like parang during the waiting game, parang nire-replay ko lang talaga in my head yung mistakes ko. And honestly, di ba, parang I'm sure this is not the only case na you will be feeling that. Remember na kapag nagtitake kayo ng exam or ng quiz, ganun rin, di ba? Na parang mas iniisip mo pa na, parang nagkamali ako dito, nakalimutan ko to, kesa sa mga bagay naman na natama mo naman, na okay naman yung ginawa mo. Right? So, if that's the case, imagine for me, during the first take, sinisi ko talaga yung design concept ko. Sabi ko, grabe, 3 hours design concept? Ano ba naman yan, Mika? Pero like in your practice drills, you can do it under an hour. Bakit nag 3 hours ka on your first take? And then, during my second take, since alam ko na weakness ko yon, there was still this voice na, na-solve ko kaya yung design concept ko? Nalagay ko ba siya properly? Na-describe ko ba ng maayos? Na-illustrate ko ba? Even if 30 minutes ko lang ginawa yung design concept ko that time. So like, isn't that confusing, guys? Isn't that fascinating too? Na kahit naman na gawin natin na okay, there's still this voice in our head. And even if magkamali tayo, lalo pa siyang mas malakas. So see, that's anxiety. Kasi tanong lang tayo ng tanong ng questions na, alam mo yun, hindi naman masasagot until that moment finally comes na. And I wanna share this part na the brain kasi doesn't replay what went right. Like guys, the brain is literally wired for survival. This is neuroscience. Ire-replay niya paulit-ulit yung uncertain. So, that means, magsascan lang siya na magsascan ng threat until ilabas na yung results ng PRC. And uncertainty feels like a threat. Like, sino dito gusto na buong waiting game? Hindi ka na makakain, hindi ka na makatulog kasi yun lang yung iniisip mo. Diba? Like, no, none of us. And I do not wish that upon you all. Grabe. And I really just want you to remember, like, the version of you 2 weeks from now. And even right now, whatever na you're preparing for and you feel like it's still not enough and you're overwhelmed, see, the person who's preparing for the exam and the person who took the exam just did the best they could, guys, with what they knew at that moment. So even if yung version of me nung first take ko, in-overthink niya kung 1500 mm ba or 1800 mm ba yung queen size bed. My God. Or, in-overthink niya yung concept niya kung babagay. I choose to like still be kind to that version of myself. Kasi that's the best na I could at that moment. That's the extent of my preparation at that time. Diba? And I remember yung sinabi ni IDR dyan na kanina in her talk na during design day rin lalo, it's not really gonna test, 'di ba, how good you are, but it's gonna stress test your systems. So, the version of me who took my second one, she had better systems, and that was the best that I could do at that moment. And then I passed. So, is this, making sense? Is this landing to you all? Or hindi nyo ma-channel yung 2 weeks version nyo? So, this is something that I really, really want you to remember. And it's gonna feel strange. Like, in those 2 to 3 weeks, it's gonna be hard talaga na magpahinga. Guys, I remember parang losing sleep, trying to overthink yung first take ko Kasi nung second take talaga, yung waiting game ko parang, alam mo ba, kung papasa ako, edi, yay, I can finally be an interior designer and take my own projects. And if I fail, again, although it will be frustrating, I'll just gonna do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Kasi it doesn't mean anything. It just means na maybe I'm not ready yet and there's still something that I can improve. So I rested on my second take during the waiting game. And I think this will surprise you talaga. Kasi right now, you don't see it yet. But yung future you, they will feel empty, restless, nakaka-guilty magpahinga kahit natapos na yung exam. And emotionally weird talaga. Na para bang may incomplete, may unfinished for the next 2 to 3 weeks after the boards. So that's really too much. And if that happens, I want you to remember na nothing is wrong with you. Nasanay ka lang na yung brain mo, ilang months siyang nagre-review in survival mode. And hindi porket tapos na yung board exam, magto-turn off na yun. So, how it's gonna feel is, you're trying to rest, but your body can't relax. Alam mo yung parang may open tab inside your brain? Or like, kapag marami kang naka-open na tabs sa browser mo, parang ganun siya. But inside your brain, tapos hindi mo siya masara at all. And it's normal. Kasi for months, you just had one mission. 'Di ba? To pass the board exam. And a lot of people I've talked to and interviewed also felt this way na parang after the boards, ano na ba? Is there still something there for me? Or do I have to wait before I do something pa? So, yung routines nyo, yung thoughts nyo, yung mornings nyo, yung stress nyo during the preparation, they all just revolve around one thing. Imagine mo, to pass the boards. Tapos biglang, 3 days after the boards, di ba? Nawala na yung mission. Siyempre, it's gonna feel strange. It's gonna feel so empty. And when that happens, you're not lost at all. You're just between chapters. Parang yung feeling na gumraduate ka, tapos hindi mo alam anong gagawin mo next. Ganon siya. So, it's normal. So, don't beat yourself up. I say this because a lot of people who took the boards last year, tas during the waiting game, they were messaging me, telling me na, I feel like I did everything I can, but it's so hard to turn off this anxiety. Guys, it happens and it's not just you. It's just because you're in between eh. And that was the biggest lesson from my first take. Kasi, if in the first take, eto yung intention ko for the first take. Pero before that, can you just recall in your mind, why are you even taking the boards this year? Great. So, you have your why kung bakit ka magte-take ng boards right now in the coming days. And you know what? Like in my first take, I wish I knew why I really wanted to take it. Kasi during the first take, guys, I just wanted to pass. Like, super honest. I just wanted to get it over with. Kasi that's what everyone expected. After the graduation, magte-take ng boards, magiging license, full circle moment. Like it's so simple, it's so poetic like that. But I realized na, you know what? Like if I failed the first time because of that intention, na I just wanted to pass, and not even become an interior designer, di ba? Like ano pang silbi ng license if I don't even want to be practicing it, no? And I couldn't take the boards out of obligation anymore. I had to want it for myself. And for context, this is because I'm really a passionate, creative. Like, ang dami in my life that is not just ID, that is happening. So when the boards is there, I was just like, alam mo ba, tapusin na lang natin para I can go ahead. But this is such a wake-up call, yung first take. And that changed my psychology more than any reviewer. Kasi when I realized na, you know what, this is not gonna work. Let's set a clearer target. That's why in my second take, I wanted to become an interior designer who actually uses her license, who actually works on projects and serves clients and allow my creative vision to help and serve my clients to solve design problems. So I want you to stay in that energy, in that imagination while waiting for the boards. And even now, as you try to like reroute again in yourself, bakit nga ba ako magtitape? Because this conviction is gonna take you farther than any reviewer, strategy, study hack, study tip, study routine. For real. Kasi this is gonna be your fuel. Like when you have a strong enough why, it's gonna be so easy to show up in the exam and to trust yourself na kaya ko to and to be in the waiting game and be like, you know what? No matter what happens, I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay. Because whether or not I become licensed right now or this season, I still know that I'm in here because I really want this. You know? And this is something na I'd love for you to take, not just during the boards, even after this, even beyond this, guys. Because once you have this strong why, hindi ka na magre-review out of fear. Hindi ka na magtitake ng exam dahil sa expectations. It's really just, gusto ko maging interior designer version of me. And that's why my second take felt different. It felt more aligned. So, I leave this question again. Why do you want to pass? Like, really, why? And like, for a moment here, sabi, Mika, ba't mo naman kami pinag-iisip at this moment? Meron ba nakakaramdam na right now? But this is real, guys, kasi no amount of strategy is gonna stick if the brain is cluttered. I want this to be sorted out for all of us. So why do you want to pass? Really, di ba? For your parents? Is it because they're scared? Because everyone else is, they want to pass. So have you thought about why you really want to be an interior designer? And I told you that before, and I'm reiterating it again because it's really important to have a strong core on why you even want to take the board exam. That's gonna be your fuel. And the best win for me when I passed the second take wasn't passing. It was wanting it for myself. It feels so empowering kaya na I want to be an interior designer talaga for myself. Not because people expected it, not because it was the next step, full circle required after graduation, and not because everyone else was doing it, not that at all. I genuinely wanted to become an interior designer version of me. Once I decided that, it was so much easier or lighter to take the boards. And a few weeks from now, or maybe you're right now in the waiting game and waiting for the result, but instead of waiting for the result, please don't wait to trust yourself above all. Kasi, naman, like, the boards are important, but they are not your identity. They are not your worth. They're just a chapter in your life. Maybe an important chapter, but still, it's just a chapter in your life. And whatever happens next, you get to decide pa rin eh, who you become from there. Whatever the outcome is, you don't have control over that during the waiting game, but you have control on how will I respond when the results are out. And this is what I want you to remember. The result will tell you whether you passed, but it will never tell you whether you are capable to be an interior designer. Because that one, it's up for you to decide. And the boards do not dictate your worth at all, even your future. Kasi what dictates your future is what you decide that you will do after you see the outcome. And whatever the outcome is, it will teach you something important talaga about who you are becoming as a licensed interior designer or just who you are as a person. And that is gonna be so valuable for you. Whatever the outcome is, it will teach you something important. Kasi my failure did teach me something. My passing of the second take did teach me something. And I want you to trust that too, na you did the best that you could with what you knew at the moment while taking the boards. And that is enough. I'll be rooting for you. You got this, and I'll see you in the next one. This is mindset magic inside.